Hello, everyone. Please send a hi if you're there already. Oh, hi, Mayank. And the others, if you're there, please send a hi so that we can start fresh. I'm doing these sessions so that you people can benefit. Hi. Hi, Vatsala ji. Hi, Jyoti. How are you? We'll soon come with a conversational video together. This is what our take is. Jyoti and I have decided that we're going to do a conversational video, and really soon it will be uploaded on our respective channels. So stay tuned for that. Oh, thank you. Rarely I get compliments. Others, if there's anybody there who would like to send a hi, I would love to read that. Oh, thank you. I did go an extra mile for that. Okay, so it seems that we just have 5 students. Actually, I had to delete the other link. Oh, is it? Wow. Which place in Uttarakhand? Jyoti, may I know? I can see people are still joining, so we can. Born and raised in Delhi, though. Okay. Pauri Garhwal. It has been developed like anything now. Yes. Okay, Mayank. Good to know that. Pauri is a beautiful place. When was the last time you were back in Pauri, Jyoti? And Vatsala ji, can you tell us where you are from? Oh, this year in May. Wow. I hope the weather is as amazing as it has always been there. All right, so we have 7 people so far. I am expecting a larger number. Oh, Jyoti is also there. Thank you for joining, Jyoti. Yes, one consistent student, Yasir. Hello, Yasir. Good to know that. So we are playing a game. Okay, yeah, Yasir is from Pakistan. Very well. So yeah, Vatsalaji is from Hosur. Great. Good to know that. You can see from different parts of the country and some outside the country also have joined, and I'm really happy that all of you are here. I wish there were more people so that we could have a more collaborated session, but all right. The more the merrier, it is said, but we'll do with what we have. The fact is, okay. I as I was waiting for you, wanting to ask you, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. Karnataka, okay. Great to know that. Hmm. Everything is that like it's fine at our end. If you are talking about okay, the news these days, yes, yeah, that's there. So in many parts of the state, people are suffering and they're going through a lot. I'll expect if Yasser says his own questions, I'll test his grammar that way. I can help him as well. Yes, the news has been in a bad shape. We see what's happening out there. Landslides, people are dying, rocks are falling. It's a sad and harsh reality of Uttarakhand. Yeah, to some extent, I'll say, but there are many parts which are safe and sound, and I find myself privileged enough to come from like in the monsoon region, in the monsoon times at least. I am fortunate enough to be here in the plain region of Uttarakhand, so it's all well at our end. And my job is mostly to stay at home and speak from home. So won't say that I can match the troubles that people usually meet on a regular basis when they're traveling. So I consider myself as fortunate. Was asking about Pakistan. All right. Okay. I'm from Haldwani, Mayank. Haldwani city of Uttarakhand, Nainital district. Beautiful place. I'm sure you want to say good to hear that. Yes. Yeah, we are completely safe. Thank you for saying that. All right, we have spent some time on pleasantries. Let's start. I actually come across a lot of students. I would like to give you a little introduction of mine again if you people are meeting me for the first time. My name is Vipul. I have been a communication skills coach for more than 7 years now. I have also been a writer for newspapers like the Times of India, the Hindu, etc. And I am establishing myself as a content creator too. I hail from Uttarakhand, the Dev Bhumi of India, that is Uttarakhand. So I'm from there. Yeah, that was a typo. We are starting this session. I have already taken over 25 to 30,000 sessions on multiple platforms. Before that, I had been training for many schools, colleges over here in Uttarakhand, all the top notch schools, you name it, I have taught there. Now, the fact is, I get a lot of students on a regular basis who tell me that they can't afford the fee for regular sessions. That's why I felt why not start some sessions here. I don't know if I'm not reaching them or they don't want to study anymore. I don't know what the case is, but I am expecting more people. So we'll try to advertise it further in the next sessions. Today, we are here. We can understand a few dynamics of interviews, interview skills. I hope you are interested in going for interview skills. Or is there anything else on your mind that you want to study today? Please tell me. Should we go with interview skills or should we go for something else or should we keep it a mix of both? I want some answers in the chat box. Can you please be more responsive in the chat? Okay, so we can keep it a mix of both. We'll start with a few. Okay, this is one response from Jyoti. I am expecting other responses too. Okay, uh, Jyoti is two Jyotis are there. Okay, so the other Jyoti has also mentioned. Dr. Jyoti has also mentioned that she wants a mix of both the things. I just read your message, Yasir. Comment actually. We are safe with the grace of Almighty, but most of the Punjab cities are in huge trouble. My heart goes out to all the people who are missing and who have passed away. I hope the Almighty pledge them a better life. Okay, we'll keep it a mix, Yasir. All right, we'll get started now. When I was thinking about this session, I planned to go for a mix too. So, yeah, thank you for saying that, Jyoti. The fact is, I was thinking about a few dilemma that people face when they go for interviews, and they keep on discussing those issues during the session. So I felt why not go for it, and I hope even for people who are going to watch it later, they can also get something interesting. I've seen that after my session is done over here because it's late in the night, so some people feel tired of for joining, and it's a weekday. So I'm planning to shift it on weekends. Let's see how it goes. I've still not decided, but you people will get an update about that. And I get a lot of questions about interviews and a few dilemmas that people face while speaking during interviews. I have created a list of them from my session. So these are hand-picked situations. I am not going to discuss how to introduce yourself or all those rudimentary questions which have already been answered in so many YouTube videos. I am going to keep it natural where I am going to just, these are hand-picked situations. Okay, thank you, Yasir, for saying that. I have created a few notes about it, so I'm going to read it from my phone. I hope you people don't mind that. The first one, okay, before we start, all of you, you tell me in the comments what, according to you, is the most difficult question or the trickiest question that can be asked during an interview. Keep it short, but please write it in the chat box. All of you, come on. We will have 20 seconds to 30 seconds for this answer. Come on, everyone. We are not so many people here. Come on, come up with some responses in the chat. Until then, I'll try sharing it. Why should we choose you? Yeah, you're right, Jyoti. That is one question where all of us struggle. We will pick that too. Your strengths and weaknesses, Aditi says. Yasi says, why would we hire you? Okay, Jyoti says, why we hire? Everyone has the same question. Why should we hire you? Hmm. Do you know? Here we have a different question in the form of strengths and weaknesses. We'll get to that, Mayank. You have mentioned strengths and weaknesses here. And these strengths and weaknesses that we are talking about, these are actually, when you talk about strengths, it's mostly the same question: why should we hire you? So that's why I'm saying that all these questions are almost the same. You need to read the job details, what are they hiring for, and then you have to match your capabilities with those job description. That's what you need to do. And Mayank, because I come from the field of communication skills training and development, I have been interviewed on multiple platforms and I have had a zero fail record so far. That's why I'll say that yes, I have appeared for many interviews related to communication skills and development. In my case, the core competency is to speak well, to know the grammar rules that I'm appearing for, and to be able to manage a class well. And I hope this session will be a testimony of that. It gets challenging to praise yourself, perhaps not knowing what they're looking for. Yeah. For that, reading the description, job description, that is the place to be. You need to read that. And based on that, you have to create your own niche. What are you going to deliver? Um, you people just give me 10 seconds. I'm going to share this link with someone. One moment. Until then, I am expecting what you people think is the right answer to why we hire you. According to you, what is like a small response, if you can just give a short response of someone who can answer this question? Why should we hire you? What is your response to that? Yes, JD. Jyoti, yes, you're right, JD. Come on, what's your response to this question? In short, you can write down a few keywords. Come on, people. I need some responses here. And also, meanwhile, please hit the like button also so that I am more enthralled in taking these sessions. As per the JD, we are most suitable. Okay. Hmm. So, what do you people usually mention as your strengths? Tell me, what do you mention as your strengths? Being honest helps, but as you have rightly mentioned, sticking to JD and framing an answer accordingly, but it should sound natural and you should be able to justify what you are saying with the help of examples from your experiences. Great. Bang on. You should hire me because I bring both people centric skills and process driven thinking. I understand that HR isn't just about hiring, it's about shaping culture, retaining talent. Hmm. Hmm. That's quite an answer, ma'am. Very well. I would like to tell you something that I have in my mind right now. It is when I read these answers, how to handle things emotionally and smartly. Okay, all right. I'll take that answer, Jyoti. Very well. The thing is, most of the times when we are responding to a question, the only trouble HRs find with us, yeah, I understand that. Don't worry. I was looking for keywords only, man. I was just saying that when we are responding, It should not look like a practiced answer. See, when you buy a packet of biscuits from a superstore and it's a new brand, Parle G is not a new brand. They don't have to work a lot on their packaging, or that is their simplicity, that they're keeping the packaging that way. But the fact is, if a new biscuit has to make its niche in the market, it will have to do the packaging really well because they can't be making you taste it beforehand. You judge it by the packaging. The same happens with speech as well. The same happens when you're appearing for an interview too. So at that time, you have to show your packaging well. Your packaging is the way you express. How much do you use your body while speaking? Expressions. Wearing a smile and wearing a laugh on your face are two different things. A smile takes you a long way. So you need to smile a little. You need to use your hands properly. You should be slightly flexible, not too flexible. You should not go outside your periphery when you're moving your hands. Some people are like this and that during their interviews. That really does not go well with HRs, especially for someone who comes from the field of HR. I'll say, I don't think it works really well. A firm handshake is appreciated, but not a handshake that can shake the entire HR. So it has to be gentle, it has to be polite. Politeness comes for free. This is the only thing that I've learned in my life, that you don't have to pay even a single penny to be polite. So try being polite and as generous as possible when you are being interviewed. In terms of answering, when you're answering to questions, be on this, be spot on, and then weave around the answer. Don't come to the point later. They're looking for an answer because imagine if you were an HR, you would also be interviewing so many people. And if you just listen to the same old practiced answer, it would not go well with the HR. They want someone who can stand out, someone who has not given a practiced answer. Like, I will give you an example here. Shake the entire. Yes, we just want workhorses. All right, I'm just reading a few comments how to handle things smartly. Um, True, verbal and non-verbal cues and communication. Yeah, you're right. You're right when you say that. And please keep hitting the like button so that I feel more appreciated here. Frankly speaking, when we talk about, and I will not be reading your comments in between at times because I'll have to concentrate on delivering the content too. The content is easy to understand that when you are delivering something, you need to use your hands, eye contact, facial expressions. And at the same time, you have to also work on the content. Imagine if you have been asked this question, why should we hire you? The first line and the first few lines should come directly from the JD. JD is a job description, what you are supposed to do at your workplace, the job specification and the job description. So it has to come directly from the JD, the first few lines, so that they hear what they want to. But then the sentences should be different. If they have said they need a person who is highly dedicated, you use the word diligent in its place. You use the word of person who can burn the midnight oil. And this is what this means: a person who is highly dedicated, who is highly hardworking, right? So that's the reason it's crucial to change a few words here and there, tweak it a little, and then come to what you want to express as your strengths. That is the actual answer. So first few lines from the JD, what they want from you, and then how your personality helps in making them achieve their organizational goal. A few terms like organizational goal, efficiency, effectiveness, these are the most favorite words of all the HRs out there. And we are not talking about technical rounds here. Meticulous, yes. So the fact is, here we expect people, HRs expect people to be clear about their mindsets when they're being interviewed. You should not be rambling your conversation, in the sense you should not be giving mixed responses. So you should have one opinion and then weave around that opinion, then create stories, then create examples, and that's how people get satisfied with your answer. It's not a place where you have to impress anyone. You have to express, you don't have to impress. That is the fundamental, that's the mantra to crack any interview. When you express and you don't impress anyone. Risk taking, perform better even when there's a tight deadline. All right. One of my favorite words, meticulously. All right. Great. Coming to this one more question which was asked, which was about strengths and weaknesses. Strengths, I believe we have answered with why should we hire you. So you should mention 2 to 3 strengths. If they specify the number, do that. If they don't, then you should have at least 2 to 3 strengths under your sleeve. You should be able to express them. And first of all, when you mention a strength, you have to mention the strength directly and then weave around it. You should say, when I was in college, if you're a fresher, you'll quote examples from your college. If you are an experienced individual, then you'll quote examples from your college, from your first experience or from your second experience, whichever experience you have had latest. So from there, you will quote some examples. That's how it has to be done. If you say that I am really dedicated, I catch deadlines, you'll have to mention a time when you were very close to not achieving, or when you came really close to not achieving or not accomplishing a deadline. That's how you have to express. And then how your skills made it possible to overcome that situation. How did you not just become a leader, you also became a team player? You helped other people achieving their goals with you. All these terms can serve as great strengths, but don't just give strengths. Also give a real life example which you actually made possible during your time in your previous organization or during your college days. If you have already worked in some internship, college project, do mention that. Thanks for all the love all of you are showing here on the chat. I appreciate this. What would you say as your strength and weakness? I, because I come from the field of communication skills and development, I or any other industry would require individuals who are dedicated, considering that we come from a progressing market, we come from a developing nation. So they need people who can put their heart and soul into an organization. That's one of the needs. So in today's time, if I were asked this question, I would say, oh, thank you for saying that, Dipesh. So if I were asked this question, what are my strengths? I would obviously mention something related to diligence. Then I would grow it as an answer. I would mention sometimes when I took 20-25 sessions in a day. Even today I do that. I think today itself I had what 15-16 sessions, and after that I'm doing this class, but I'm enjoying it. Then there's one more thing I would mention: how I have been so passionate about this field. So when I interview teachers these days, I get opportunities to interview teachers also these days. So when I do that, I see that they speak about methods, they speak about methods of improvement, they speak about how their methodology is different from other tutors in the market, but nobody talks about the love for the profession. Nobody talks about the affection they have towards people whom they are training. That's what is missing. And I think this should be improved, first of all. That affection, which is missing. People say they're passionate, but then they don't have a story to support their answer. So the fact is, you need to have a story to support your answer, and it has to be factual. It cannot be a made up story. They catch you really easily. That is that. My weakness is that I go too deep and try to observe everything meticulously. This habit of mine sometimes consume a little bit more time, but I'm working on it. So proud of you always. Thank you for saying that. The fact is, I would like to comment a little on Yasser's answer. Yasser, not to just criticize you. The fact is, I get to see so many people on my sessions when I ask them this question: what is your biggest weakness? Sometimes we make a mistake of wrapping our strength in the cloth of weakness and presenting it to the HR. HRs don't like it, if I tell you the truth. They don't like it, and I'll tell you why. Because they listen to the same answer all day long. If you tell them, I am over dedicated, I don't give time to my family, I am a perfectionist, and all that, they understand when you are telling that. So it's better that we mention a genuine weakness. When we are mentioning a weakness, we are done with strengths. So I'm telling you a little about weakness now. When we are mentioning a weakness, we should be genuine about it. We should not wrap a strength in the cloth of weakness. This is what I try to call it. So you wrap it inside the cloth of your cloth of your weakness, but it is actually your strength inside. But they understand. So it's better that you mention a genuine weakness which does not impact the business directly. For example, if I am being interviewed and I have to be interviewed by someone in the field of communication skills training and development, I cannot say that I am not too good at remembering words. I am not too good at recollecting them. I can't say that during sessions I can catch a nap or two between in between sessions. That's impossible to say. So it's better that we start mentioning better things, the right and genuine weakness. For example, if a person is going into the IT sector, into an entry level position, for them, will go against you. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Jyoti, when you say that. The fact is, if you go for one such interview, and then you are into an entry level position in the IT sector. I'm giving the IT example because many people join from the IT sector. They join my sessions from the IT sector, and I see them saying the same thing, that I'm over dedicated and whatnot. But that's not the right answer. So what should they say? Communication skills is a safe answer for them, not for me, because I am in the field of communication skills. Like, you can't say I don't know Python, I don't know the computing language Python. You can't say that if you're going for an interview in this day and age. You can't do that if you're going for an entry level position in the IT sector. So the point that I want to make is, give a genuine weakness. So for you, a safe answer is to say, and how would I mention if I were into the IT sector? I would say that I have faced a problem related to communication skills. I think there is some room for improvement when it comes to communication skills. I'm already working on that. I've already subscribed to so many courses and channels on YouTube, and I'm learning them, and I'm trying to bridge that gap. And in a few months, you'll see a substantial improvement in growth. I've already seen that improvement, and I am looking for some more improvement in my communication skills. That's a plain, safe answer to give when you are mentioning your weakness. This is one of those. Likewise, if you are into the field of communication skills and development, you can't say that your vocabulary is bad, or you can't get right words at the right time. You forget phrases, idioms. You can't say that. That's your core competence. So, what will you say? You can mention that I can dedicate more time than what I am dedicating. So, my vocal cord can open even further so that I can be comfortable with more sessions in a day. This is what I feel. So sometimes I limit myself to 8 or 10 sessions, where other tutors of my age or of my caliber do 15, 16 sessions. So I think I can also stretch it a little bit. So I can also focus upon the number of sessions and also maintaining the same level of quality. This is a better answer in that case. I hope this entire mindset related to wrapping strength in the cloth of weakness is clear to everyone here. I hope I have made sense. Please write yes or no in the chat. Now, because I've promised that we'll keep it mixed, so I am going to go for a few. Okay, yeah, that works. Very well. Thank you, Mayank, for saying that. Both the Mayanks. I would like to now go for a few phrases that we may use. So I have created a list of them. Thank you, Jyoti. Thanks a lot for the compliment. Oh, thank you. The other Jyoti as well. Thanks a lot. I'll call you voice dynamics, otherwise it gets confusing. Our class is so interesting. Two Mayanks, two Jyotis, and all of them are different. Great. Okay. Hmm. So sometimes, like Jyoti Mishra at one place mentioned, voice dynamics mentioned at one place, it becomes hard to praise ourselves. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot for saying that. I will get to that, Mayank. Thank you. Thank you for asking that question. It is quite a meaningful question. I want to get to a few phrases before I get to your answer, and that will be the final question of the day. Yeah, sometimes it gets hard to praise ourselves. How to answer without sounding narcissist, or without sounding like a prima donna, or a person who praises a lot, blows his own trumpet, as we say in English. So the thing is, you can say, I pride myself in certain situation. You can say, I pride myself on my computing skills. I pride myself on number crunching. If someone is here from the accountancy field, so they can say, I pride myself on number crunching. I pride myself on my Excel skills. Such statements can be said. And when you want to mention that you have worked abroad, or you got a wonderful opportunity in the past, instead of saying that I got an opportunity or I secured something, you don't want to sound pompous in front of people. So that's why you can better say that I have had the opportunity to do something. I have had the opportunity to visit abroad and work in an onshore destination too. So you can mention such points so that you don't sound pompous in front of people. That's the only thing. There are other phrases or sentence starters, like you can start your sentence by saying, to put it simply, I'd like to say that. To put it simply, to put it in other words, to put it in easy words, like that. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating, Jyoti. So, what I mean is, or all these phrases, these sentence starters should form a part of your speech. Because if you do that, then there are two advantages. One, that people like such answers where such sentence starters are there. And secondly, you buy time for yourself. If there's a difficult question, yes, this also comes as a situation. Sometimes we don't know an answer. Just today, I was discussing this with someone regarding not knowing an answer, what to do. So that person said, when I asked him what to do in such situations, that guy told me that he would want to mix up the answer by giving mixed responses. But that's not the right thing to do. You cannot be playing with the HR. They're smart people. Don't look like, but they are smart people. So they have to be answered properly. In such situations, the approach that you should follow is to accept, and to accept with a larger heart by saying, I'm really sorry. I don't know the answer to this question, but I would like to thank you at the same time because you have given me a great talking point or a learning point today. I will learn it, and I'm sure whenever we meet the next time, I will be ready with this response. So, thanks a lot for asking this question. Did you see? I wore a smile on my face, I used my hands, I was polite, and I was honest. That honesty is required. They know how to trap you in your own words. Yes, that's why they are wonderful listeners. To trap someone, you have to be a great listener. I hope all of you agree with me on that. Coming back to Mayank's question, it was an articulate question, I must say, quite a thoughtful one, intriguing. I will answer that question now. Body language, like I was talking about packaging. Your body language is the packaging of all the content that you have. Imagine if I have been invited to a college. Don't imagine, I have already been invited to so many colleges. But I'll say, if I am invited to a college and I have to deliver a certain speech at some place, then I can't go on the stage and start trembling there. I can't be knocking my fingers. I can't be playing with my cloth. I can't be moving like a pendulum. No, these are all signs of an underconfident person. So I'm not saying you be stiff, you be flexible. Start speaking with people. Keep a, this is what I call a table fan motion when you're speaking in a crowd. So look at everyone. Even if there is a panel interview, you have to look at everyone while speaking. Don't go too fast, but while speaking, you can just keep on moving your gaze from one person to another, so that everyone feels valued. Okay. So it's crucial for all of you to understand that body language does play a significant role. It is your first contact with anyone. It is your first contact. So the way you use your hands, like some people have this tendency to make this body language or this gesture while speaking. This is dominance. You can't be using that unless you are the CEO of an organization. There you can afford to do it because they have to be dominating. But when you are an employee, you're wanting to get hired, you will have to use your hands in a certain way. This is the way. In your periphery, quiet, gentle, poised, polite, so that it does not come into a lot of notice to the people. It does not look odd. It does not look awkward. So you need to go slow, you need to be gentle, and you need to move your head in a certain way, a smile on the face, and you're done. You're set for an interview. That's that. I am done with my content for the day. My throat is giving away. So, you people, if you have a question, I can answer. I don't mind. Until then, I'll have a sip of water. Would you like to ask a few questions? Anything that you have on your mind, or any final departing words for the day? Anything that you people want to mention? When you take so many sessions, you have to keep a gigantic bottle by your side. Anyone with any responses, any questions? Was I clear about the previous question or anything else that you want to add? So Jyoti's final response was, and with body language, you have rightly said, do not overdo it. It should be balanced. Yes. The magic is in balance. Gautam Buddha said this. Not the exact words, but he meant almost the same thing. Oh, quite a statement you have made there, Mayank. Thank you. I am humble bragging at this point. Something has to be done to draw more students. Nervousness is normal, and I think everyone experience it. Everyone experiences it, no problem. But with practice, you can develop a hinged body language, well coordinated with the words you are speaking. Yeah, you're right. Golden words. Everyone, please remember this. Jyoti has written golden words out there. If you people can read each other's messages. How do I keep myself motivated? Because these days I'm not able to concentrate much. Okay, we'll get to that. Yes, sir. I'm no motivational speaker, no Sandeep Maheshwari. Yet I'll just tell you my theory, how I do it. That thing you said about college was certainly humble bragging. We have to do it. Good question of Yasir. Okay. See, I will connect it with interviews as well. One thing that goes in the minds of people is that we connect the previous interview with the next interview as if these two are relatives. They would definitely speak about your failure in the previous one. That does not happen, guys. You don't, like, if you have failed at an interview, you don't carry that baggage to the next one, because these two entities will most probably not even know you, not even talk about you. So why are you making them meet with a bad experience from the previous one and taking it to the next one? So the fact is, what I want to tell you is that you don't have to take the previous experience to the next one. The same happens with days as well. There are days when we feel demotivated. There are days when I feel words are not coming to me naturally. But then there are days when I feel super confident. I feel assertive. I feel on the top of my thing. So why does that happen? Because we have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. So it can be a bad day. It can be a bad day, and it's normal. We are human beings. We are not gods. So the fact is, what you need to understand is that you should not connect 2 days out of which on one day you were demotivated. Every day is a fresh start. This is one line that you'll find freely available on Pinterest. But I'll still tell you that every day is a fresh start. It does not have to do much with the previous day. You have to just focus on the first hour and the first minute. You don't have to think about all the 24 hours. Just think about the first minute. I give myself a task of gulping in 1 glass of water slowly in the morning. And I take it sip by sip because I want to start my day slow. You can try the same. Go slow. Don't start with a lot of it on your mind. I have to record videos, I have to do sessions, I have to meet people, I have to decide a few things. It does not mean that I will think of so many things just in the morning. I would not want to wake up. So many people, just when they wake up, they try to prepare a to do list. I am slightly against it. I think you should be starting your day a little slowly. Take every sip of water gently, enjoy those 5 7 minutes, and then start thinking what to do next. Just what to do next. Don't think about the 5 more tasks which are pending and waiting for you. That will be done. You must have seen even the busiest of the days end comfortably. Why? Because it always comes to an end. It's not that you are doing it. The mechanism is such that it will happen well at the end. It all ends well. So you can concentrate on that. Okay, Yasir, you have to connect with me for that. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. It happens. Yes, you're right, Jyoti. Ma'am, when you say like, "Ma, we go cold," and I start having butterflies in my stomach. Great. We have to work discipline and consistency. Yes, discipline. One day at a time, 1 minute at a time, 1 hour at one time. That's how it is. Amazingly explained, sir. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Yasir. How to be comfortable during interviews? Good question. I must say one thing about you, which I find fascinating. Oh, I am reading a lot of compliments today. Okay, before I humble brag again, I would like to answer Mayank's question, and then I'll read the rest of voice dynamic Jyoti's message. It is how to be comfortable during interviews. There is no key or mantra to it, frankly. You should not think there is a way to do something. For every person, it works differently. Okay. So being comfortable is by choice. I will tell you a theory, and being comfortable is equivalent to being confident. When you go for skydiving, what happens there? There is an instructor on your back. I'm not telling you exact details because I have never been on one, but whatever I've read so far, the exact thing lies when you're in the air. So that instructor asks you, "Do you want to jump?" Obviously, the reply is no. At 20,000 feet, who is mad enough to say yes? So you go slow, and then you're in the air. You don't have any other choice at that time. You're not left with many choices. There's only one choice, and that is survival. And you survive because you don't have many choices. So when you go in an interview, you don't have to think about the rejection. You don't have to think about selection too. You don't have to think that this is the last chance. The problem is that we think a lot about the consequence. You think more about the next step, what you are there to do. Your first step is to take the seat properly. If it is an offline interview, then you have to take your seat properly. You can't be rushing to the seat. You can't be not wishing people. You'll have to wish people. So take one step at a time. You don't have to think a lot about many other things. You just have to think about the next thing that you have to do in an interview. So once you stop thinking about the consequence, comfort already seeps in. And second is when you practice, when you're outside the interview room and you can imagine what's going to happen there, not the consequence, but what will happen during that interview. They will do this, then they'll ask me. It's called mind mapping. You're mapping things in your mind. So first of all, this will happen and that will happen, then I'll do this, then the next step will, then you are slightly more prepared. So situations don't go downhill when you are more prepared in your mind. That's my way of dealing with it. That's a short way of answering it. I can answer it at length during sessions. When I walk inside the room, I don't know how to carry my body, where to keep my hands, how should I sit, where should I keep my file. So you can put some light on. Yeah, I can throw some light on that. Why not? See, the right posture is to, first of all, what not to do. You should not be trembling. Sometimes it's not under your control, but control yourself. That's how much I can tell you. And practicing it will be better by manifesting it, by thinking what would happen, by mind mapping. That's what I told you. Then sitting cross-legged is a big no. Never do that. Also, folding your hands is not the right thing to do. Keep it like you should sit straight. Your posture should be straight. Your hands should be in your periphery. This is your periphery. You should not be entering outside that. And your hands mostly should be settled on your thighs, which should be aligned, which should be perpendicular to the floor. That's how you should sit. Your hands on your thighs. When you're speaking, move them, then bring them back on your thighs without crossing your legs. You need to understand that. So that's the right posture. Being comfortable is a mindset. Trust me, I believe in when you change the way you look at things. Yes, absolutely right. It all starts with the mind. Poor health, good health, everything starts from your mind. Oh, yeah, you are always late, Kamlesh. Try to be on time. You are in luck that we are still live. Absolutely, ma'am. Even if there's a sometimes disagrees with something, he disagrees so politely and gracefully that the next person doesn't even feel that. Oh, okay. I think I missed a compliment there, which I find fascinating. That is the respectable tone with what you speak. Oh, thank you for saying that. It means a lot. As I said, politeness comes for free. Um, Not too much panic. Don't be over concise about your body. Or conscious about your body. Yes, you're right. You're right, Jyoti, when you say that. True. Everyday mirror exercise help you. Yes, help your conscience. Okay. I'll try to come on time. Yeah, you should. Okay, this marks the end of our session. I am really happy that all of you joined and you've been regular. I hope we'll meet in the next week as well. It can be weekend or on the weekdays. I'll decide and let you know over my community post. And I keep on sharing a lot of things on my Instagram too. If you people are interested in joining those quizzes, you can go with the handle pant.vipul. It's pant.vipul. I think I should be pasting a link here, but I don't know how to do that at such a short notice. As I've already mentioned, I'm not so tech savvy. So Mayank says, great session, Vipul. I'm working on with an MNC and would love to have you at our offices for a session. Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot for saying that. Email me. Sure, sure, sure. We'll do that. Thank you, Mayank. It will be better if you leave an email at the end. Be cautious, use your conscience, and approach things with conscientious. Final words. Yes. Thank you, says Vatsalaji. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining, everyone. Thank you for saying that, Jyoti. You joined, and thanks a lot for making this happen. All right, everyone. It was lovely speaking with all of you. We'll meet in the next session now. Until then, bye bye. Keep practicing, keep learning. Learning should never stop. Bye.